Josie sat alone in the dimly lit living room, the only source of light coming from the flickering TV screen. Outside, the night was calm, but inside, an air of tension hung heavy. The news report filled the room with a sense of foreboding. Breaking news tonight. The newscaster's voice was grave. Police have issued a warning about a local serial killer who has struck again. Residents are advised to stay indoors and lock their doors. Josie's eyes widened behind her glasses. She pulled her hoodie tighter around her thin frame, trying to ward off the chill that crept up her spine. The killer's face flashed on the screen, a cold, emotionless gaze staring back at her. Josie's heart raced as the newscaster continued to describe the latest victim found only blocks away. Suddenly, a floorboard creaked behind Josie. She froze, every muscle tensing. The sound was unmistakable, cutting through the soft hum of the TV and the muffled noise of the news report. Slowly, she turned her head, eyes wide with fear, scanning the shadowed room behind her. "Hello?" Josie's voice was barely a whisper, trembling with a mix of terror and uncertainty. There was no response, just the eerie stillness of the darkened room. Josie strained her ears, listening for any further sounds. The silence was deafening, each second stretching out into an eternity. The phone on the table suddenly rang, its loud, jarring ringtone shattering the silence. Josie jumped, her heart leaping into her throat. With shaking hands, she reached for the phone, glancing nervously around the room as she answered. "Hello?" she said again, her voice cracking. There was a moment of silence on the other end before a familiar voice spoke. "Josie, it's me. Are you okay? I just saw the news." Relief washed over Josie, but it was short-lived. As they talked, a movement caught her eye. She turned slowly to see a shadowy figure standing in the doorway, backlit by the faint light from the hallway. The figure stood still, watching. Josie's breath caught in her throat. The phone slipped from her hand, hitting the floor with a dull thud. The figure took a step forward, and Josie could see the glint of something metallic in their hand. Time seemed to stand still as Josie's mind raced. She had to act, but fear rooted her to the spot. The figure took another step, the floorboard creaking under their weight. In a sudden burst of adrenaline, Josie dashed for the door, her heart pounding in her ears. She could hear footsteps behind her, gaining ground. Reaching the door, she flung it open and ran out into the night, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The night swallowed her up, the darkness offering a strange sense of protection. As she ran, Josie could still hear the creak of floorboards echoing in her mind, a chilling reminder of how close she had come to the face of terror.